All right, Coach. U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Washington Redskins. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Jahan! Eddie! Longer jump! Jahan! Black! Under crunch! Jahan!
Here's Dalvin Cook, third-year back from Florida State. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
I got you.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards, a first down. But one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. To throw, Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. This is caught at the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They'll get 34 yards there.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
It's a gain of 5, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys? Coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night, guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. A tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
And when you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays getting into the backfield. But the best ones can play the run as well. And that's what we're seeing from him, that excellent combination of holding the point of attack and also getting upfield to make plays in the backfield.
And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. What's that?
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So that last penalty making this 3rd down much more manageable. 3rd down, 4 yards to go.
First. Come.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Bailey's kick is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
Let's go.
Now the second year back from LSU, it's Darius Geis. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Ben Gideon in on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Tighten up. Put it to him. Check. Put it to him. Check. Go down. Watch the twitch. Watch the eye. Very slow. Drive on. Let it go.
A carry for Bryce Love, the 4th rounder from Stanford. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Let's go now. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. Jordan Reed has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
On first down, this is Geis. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Love. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Check 43. Go.
On the handoff, it's Geis. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Come on, set. 60 out low. Let him know. Set.
Now Haskins. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Ready. 2 flat. 2 Check, Mike 42. You don't know no better. Chance. Hard. 42, Mike 42.
On second down now, it's Love. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Watch out.
Haskins on 3rd down. And Reed with it over the middle. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Put him on the buses. Let's put that to edge here. Check 99.
Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 23 yards on the play. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
Check.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They're not going to kick it. A chip shot, but they're going for it down 3 on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. Haskins. His pass caught at the 4. And he will be brought down well shy of the goal line. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 5-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, here's Cousins. And got his man complete. 33 yards that time. Well, that'll help get you out of danger. So much for playing it conservatively back towards your own goal line.
That aggressive mentality, sometimes you can use it, and they did there against a defense who probably thought to themselves, there's no way they take a shot here this deep in their own territory.
Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Geis. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
12 yards there and a 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On the ready. 50 turn on. I got it. Check. Check out.
They'll hand it down to Geis. Now Geis stripped. He lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Set, ready. Get ready. 54 Mike. It ready. Check. Crunch.
On 2nd down. It's Love. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
They don't want it. They don't want it. Keep playing the
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. And he finds McLaurin. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Come on, set. Took the arrow. Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball. We all go.
Now Haskins on 1st down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Only 3 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
Geis. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Second and 8 at the 13-yard line.
Here you go. Set. 6 yards. Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
To throw again on second down. Haskins. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And that is caught by the tight end Reed. Touchdown, Washington. Jordan Reed, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins have taken the lead. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Next to score, Redskins 7, Vikings 3.
Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. First. Check. 4 down.
Now Cousins. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
At the Redskins' 32-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Cousins now. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. Now Cousins. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And down inside the 15 he goes. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room.
Here we go.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. So we're at halftime with our score 7-6 in a tough-fought first half. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They start the second half with a run by Geis. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Geis. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Haskins to throw. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 24 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Geis with the carry on 2nd down. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. On 1st down, here's Love. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Give the tackle there to Danielle Hunter. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Play action. Haskins. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. Here it's 3rd and 3. They go play action now. Haskins. And this is going to be intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
They start the drive with Cook, and he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Reuben Foster, the former national champion at Alabama, gets in for the sack. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Third and long for Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Take it at the 37. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Geis. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
At their own 9-yard line.
Walk time. Tight end rock, tight end.
Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Throwing is Cousins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's Cousins. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. The throw over the middle taken in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games, but only led the Vikes to just one fourth-quarter comeback like he's trying to do here. A first down throw for Cousins. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Cousins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Scoring has really been at a premium. And, Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense, too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. So the solid run on first, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that second down play.
No, it's all in your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you're trying to run it up on your friend.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded, too. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Washington.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Now Haskins to throw it. That'll be caught right side by Reed. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Following the interception, Cousins. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Haskins looking to throw on first down. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Jordan Reed with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the interception by the Redskins deed leads to a touchdown. The point after is good, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. That's Daron Payne with a sack that time. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. A good starting spot for the Redskins as they come up 1st and 10. Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. To throw, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adam Thielen, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are within a 2-point conversion of tying this game. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
56. Lux 56. Record.
Cousins to throw it. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
At the Vikings' 34-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
2nd down, Haskins. He'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They've got a first down in field goal range already. On first down, it's Haskins. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Now it's Haskins. That is clocked at the 7-yard line. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All I know, partners, that with every play call that came in, there was a little discussion about, hey, we can seal this bad boy. We can really put ourselves in a great spot to take total control, and yet they find a way to cough it up.
Yeah, the 2-score game opportunity eludes them, and now a chance for the other side to come back here.
Yeah, that means defense has to go out there and make some plays themselves. So we call sudden change. Let's see if the defense is mentally ready to take care of it.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And it's 2nd down.
50. Right there, 56. Cut. Mike 56. Mike 56. You can't block. You can't block me.
He'll look to throw. In trouble, and this will be recovered at least by the offense, but he'll be taken down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. And that disastrous play partner is ultimately going to seal their fate in this one, isn't it?
It certainly is, because they gave up the 2 points, but that's not really what did it. It's having to give up the football. And because they gave up the football, guess what? The other team now can take the ball and close this game out.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Geis. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Haskins. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Intended for Terry McLaurin. Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Haskins going to try to throw it. His throw caught at about the 5. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
Mike 55. Check 55, Mike.
Haskins to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith. But he will not be able to bring it back. My goodness, what a bizarre ending. The kind of decision that could get a quarterback released before he gets back to the locker room. But fortunately for him and his crew, the ball game is over. Well, no doubt an electrifying finish to have it down inside the 10-yard line. That final shot, though, they couldn't get it in the end zone, and that's all she wrote.
And they had the final to the end zone. They don't get it in, so they'll regret that. But flip it over, making a stand in that portion of the field, congratulations to them.